Hey guys, welcome. My name is Adam, and in today's video, I'm super excited to be sharing with you some very powerful tips that are going to help you to express yourself freely in front of other people without worrying about being judged and without holding yourself back. So if you want to become more authentic in your social interactions or even in your creative expression, if you're an artist and you want to create more authentic art without worrying about other people's opinions, if you just want to express yourself freely from that's genuine expression, that's coming from your heart, not trying to pander to what you think other people want you to do without filtering yourself because you're afraid that other people are going to judge you or make fun of you. If you just want to be your genuine, authentic self when you express yourself, then I'm going to be sharing with you some powerful tips that I learned because when I was in high school, like most high schoolers, I didn't really know how to express myself authentically. I was always worried about what other kids would think of me. And I wanted to speak in a way so that other people would like me. And this didn't work at all. I would always end up being weird or just saying the wrong thing and just having needy energy. It wasn't until I really messed up a lot with talking to girls that I got into personal development. And when I started learning, I read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I remember getting into meditation, personal development, and just growing myself, that I realized that learning how to express yourself authentically is a skill that takes practice. It's not something that is going to happen overnight. So I used all of these tips that I'm going to be sharing with you in this video to transform myself into someone where nowadays I rarely ever worry about other people's opinions of me when I am talking to them. I feel very calm. I feel very grounded in my expression, and I feel like I can just genuinely say what's on my mind, coming from a place of genuine love and wanting to help people without needing approval or validation from other people. And I just have a much better time expressing myself, and it helps a lot of people, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So the first thing that I had to learn when I was in high school and I didn't know how to express myself authentically, first thing I had to learn was just to genuinely trust my natural instincts, and just to get used to this process of saying what's on my mind. See, normally when we interact socially, we get a thought in our mind, but then we judge ourselves and we say, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this joke. Maybe this is inappropriate. Maybe the other person won't like what I have to say. So what I had to do is I had to radically trust myself and just get into the habit of just saying what's on my mind. And sometimes I would end up saying things that are weird, that are awkward. Sometimes I would end up saying things that are inappropriate. But in the beginning, that didn't matter so much because I needed to learn how to trust myself and how to trust that if something that I want to say is genuinely coming from my heart, then I trust that it's going to work out well for me and that the other person is going to respond in a positive way. Now think about it like this. When you share a genuine opinion with somebody, it might be a polarizing opinion. Like, for example, you went to go watch a movie at the movie theaters and you really hated it. So for me, for example, when I go watch Marvel movies, I hate them. It's like the worst thing ever because they're just like money grab movies. So nowadays, it's not really an unpopular opinion. But a few years ago when I was in high school, Marvel was like the most popular thing. If you didn't like Marvel, people thought you were weird. But I remember just being honest with people and sharing my polarizing opinion. Say, yeah, I hate the Marvel movies. Now, here's the thing about being polarizing is that when you take a firm stance, either on the side of yes or the side of no, if you have a genuine opinion and you stand by your opinion, then what happens is some people are going to disagree with you, and they're just maybe not going to like you. Maybe they're going to judge you for having a different opinion than them. But other people will respect the fact that you shared your genuine, honest opinion. And that's the thing with being authentic, is that you can't have everybody on earth like you. Not everybody's gonna like you. The key is that when you learn how to express yourself authentically, then those people who align with your opinions and interests, those people who have the same views as you, you're going to attract those people. And that's like kind of like your tribe or your soul family or whatever you want to call it. The people who like you for you are going to like you twice as much. But the people who don't like you for you, they're not going to like you twice as much. And that's okay, because people who don't resonate with your genuine expression, it's nothing personal, but you don't need to hang out with them. You don't need to spend time with them. You don't need to get them to like you, because they're not on the same frequency as you anyways. They don't have the same hobbies or interests or views as you, so don't worry about what they think. So the first thing I had to learn was how to trust myself, and also being honest. I had to learn not to lie and not to bend the truth. When I talk, it was actually very good for me to learn to just say things that most people would be too embarrassed to share, and just share my honest opinion. So yeah, I can't think of an example of that off the top of my head. So the second tip for learning how to express yourself freely is to be aware of when you are judging other people. This was a massive shift for me when I started learning meditation. I started learning how to abide neutrally in my awareness and not to judge my thoughts as being good or bad. And as I started meditating, I started becoming hyper aware of how much my mind naturally judges reality. So when I would walk by somebody on the street, I would just unconsciously judge what they're wearing. Or if they're overweight, I would judge them for being fat. Or if I thought they were ugly, I would judge them for being ugly. Or if they were walking weird, I would judge them for walking weird. And this was so automatic. This was something that I think every single person can't help but do. So if you want to learn how to express yourself more authentically, be aware of how you judge other people. Because if you are very judgmental of other people, then you're going to end up judging yourself a lot. So when I learned to accept other people and not criticize them or judge them, and when I became more understanding of other people's minds by learning how psychology works, by learning meditation and spirituality, learning why people are the way they are, by learning spiral dynamics. When I started understanding other people, then I stopped judging them. And when I stopped judging other people, I stopped judging myself. And I allowed myself to just express authentically. So when you are more accepting of other people, naturally you become more accepting of yourself. It's like a mirror. Reality is like a mirror. When people are very afraid to express themselves, I know that's because deep down they're very judgmental of other people, and every time you judge another person, that's just you judging yourself. So the main thing that's holding you back from expressing yourself freely isn't other people's opinions. What holds you back the most is your own judgments of yourself. So to stop judging yourself, meditation is key, and also being aware of judging other people less. All right. The third tip for expressing yourself freely, which helped me immensely in my social interactions and just to be my authentic self, was to learn how to embrace awkwardness. So when I was in grade 10, I remember I wanted to learn how to attract girls, and one of the main tips that I got was to just learn how to socialize better in general. So what I would do is I would just go talk to all kinds of people, guys, girls, strangers. I would go up to random people at the gym. I'd talk to the cashier at the store. I would just talk to people walking down the street. So I learned how to strike up conversations with strangers. And one of the key things I had to learn was just to be okay with feeling a little bit awkward. So you know, sometimes when you're having a conversation with someone and there's an awkward pause where neither of you know what to say, that is totally normal. That's totally okay. Conversations sometimes have awkward pauses. So there's no need. So normally what I used to do is I used to try and fill in the space because I would feel awkward. I would feel uncomfortable with being awkward. So I would try and avoid that awkward feeling by just blabbering some nonsense or filling up the empty space with just random words or making an awkward joke or just being weird, basically. So the number one key that I had to learn, this is a game changer, is to just learn how to sit in the awkwardness and just be awkward. It's okay. Accept the awkward feeling. This is so key. So even if you're a guy and you go up and talk to a girl, if you feel a little bit awkward, that's fine. It's normal to feel awkward. But the key is, are you okay with your awkwardness? If I accept my awkwardness and I'm okay with it, then the girl will feel okay with it as well, because social interactions are just a mirror. If you feel okay with being awkward, the other person will feel okay with being awkward. But if you feel awkward and you're awkward about it, you're awkward about being awkward, now there's just twice as much awkwardness, and the other person's gonna feel super awkward. So embrace the uncomfortableness that always arises in social situations. Sometimes the other person says something weird, sometimes you say something weird. If you can be accepting of the natural awkwardness of human interaction, without needing every single interaction to be smooth and perfect, then the other person you're interacting with will actually feel a lot safer in your presence, because they feel that you're not judging yourself for being awkward, you're not judging them for being awkward, and it's just a safe space. And in that safe space, that's when you're free to be authentic and to express yourself freely. And also, the reason why being authentic is so attractive is because other people feel that they can be authentic around you. People want to express themselves authentically without being judged. So if you can kind of take the lead by creating a safe space, by not judging yourself, not judging other people, embracing the natural awkwardness, then you're going to express yourself authentically, and other people are going to gravitate and be attracted towards you because that's what they want to do as well, and they feel safe around you. So keep in mind, it's okay to show your warts. You don't have to be a perfect human. This is a trap that I fell into when I was younger. My parents would reward me when I did really well on a test or when I did well in my extracurriculars. So I would get a lot of validation for being like the golden boy, like the gold star child who never does anything wrong. So for a long time, I would always hide my weaknesses and my insecurities. But in grade 10, when I started learning meditation, I started being more okay with sharing parts of me that other people would think is weird. So I would genuinely share my passion for origami, which is the art of paper folding. A lot of people would think that's weird. I share it. I'm also really into doing yo-yo tricks as well. I'm like a master yo-yoer. So sharing parts about yourself that you feel insecure about is actually a good practice for expressing authentically. So I actually have a bonus tip that I highly recommend is implementing the morning pages. So this is a journaling exercise that has completely changed my life. Every single morning, first thing you do when you wake up is just to write 3 pages of pure stream of consciousness. So whatever is on your mind. So first thing in the morning when I wake up, I just literally grab my journal, grab my pen, and just start writing the exact thoughts that are in my mind without editing them or filtering them, just putting them on the paper without judging myself. And I do that for 3 full pages, no more, no less than 3 full pages. If I don't feel like I have anything to write, if I don't feel like I have any good ideas, I just write in the journal, I don't have anything to write. I don't have any good ideas. I hate doing this journal. Oh my God, I'm so tired. I want to get out of bed. So you just write for 3 pages, pure stream of consciousness. This practice helps you to just get into the habit of expressing yourself freely without reservation. And try it out, the morning pages. I got this from Julia Cameron. It's a life-changing practice, and I highly recommend doing it. So lastly, the last way to express yourself freely is to build your confidence and your self-esteem by doing personal development. So I talked about this a lot in my last video, which is called How to Be Confident or something like that. How to have the confidence to go after what you want in your life. I'll link that video right here. That's all I had to say today. That video there is actually going to show you how to build your confidence by building your self-esteem. So I talk a lot about the different parts of self-esteem, and that really is the key to learning how to express yourself freely by just valuing yourself, learning to love yourself, and to be proud of yourself. And I show you exactly how to do that in this video, how to be confident. That's all I have to say here in this video. I hope you liked this one. This was how to express yourself freely. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this was helpful for you. Subscribe because I make daily videos about spirituality, personal development, and self-actualization. I talk about expressing your natural creative passion for life and psychology. Literally, I'm interested in so many things. So daily videos, subscribe for those, and I'll see you in the next one.